Africa, a continent full of life, has a strong spiritual energy. It's here where humans first lived that we feel God's presence most deeply. The ground itself seems to whisper old stories, stories of creation and of a God who cares deeply about his people. God's kingdom, a big idea in the Bible, is very important in Africa. Daniel chapter 2 verse 44 talks about a kingdom that will last forever, built by God, strong and unchanging. This kingdom isn't far away, it's a hope we have now, a promise happening today. Matthew chapter 6 verse 10 in the Lord's Prayer says it perfectly: your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This prayer, a guide for Christians, shows we believe God rules not just in heaven but also here on earth. In Africa, this prayer is especially powerful. It's a plea for fairness, peace, healing, for God's kingdom to be seen in both good times and bad. People understand God's kingdom in different ways. Some think it's just in heaven, while others see it as changing the world, bringing heaven to earth. In Africa, these ideas mix together, creating a beautiful picture of faith. God's kingdom is both feeling God's love personally and working together for good and fairness. It's seen when we share food with a neighbor, comfort a sad friend, or fight against bad things. This is how God's kingdom becomes real, something we can see now, even though it's not fully here yet. The Holy Spirit is super important to Christians. He's called the Helper, the Comforter, the one who stands up for us. In John chapter 14 verse 16, Jesus promises his followers he won't leave them alone. He'll send another helper, one who will always be with them. This promise is very important in Africa, where community, connection, and the spirit world are important. The Holy Spirit isn't just an idea, but a real presence, a source of strength, guidance, and power. John chapter 16 verse 7 says that it's actually good that Jesus left, because then the Holy Spirit could come. This might sound strange, but it shows how special the Holy Spirit is. Jesus could only be in one place at a time, but the Holy Spirit is everywhere, always connecting us to God. In Africa, where storytelling and respect for the spirit world are part of life, the Holy Spirit's role as a guide, a teacher of truth, and a source of wisdom is very important. People in Africa experience the Holy Spirit in many ways. Music, which touches our hearts, becomes a way to talk to God. Dance, often full of deep spiritual meaning, is more than just moving. It's like a prayer, a celebration of life and faith. And prayer itself becomes a powerful connection to God, sharing our feelings and asking for help. The Holy Spirit is not far away, but active in the lives of believers, helping them live their faith in powerful ways. The Christian message, the good news of God's love, is sometimes called the everlasting gospel. This name, from Revelation chapter 14 verses 6 and 7, means the message is always true and for everyone. It goes beyond culture and time, speaking to what we all want deep down. In Africa, a place often facing difficulties, the everlasting gospel brings hope, healing, and a fresh start. It tells of a God who is close to the sad, who understands suffering, and who offers freedom from sin and death. Revelation chapter 14 verses 6 and 7 describes an angel flying in heaven, sharing this everlasting gospel with every nation, tribe, language, and people. This shows how far the message can reach, going beyond borders and cultures. The gospel isn't just for one group, it's for everyone. In Africa, this message has grown strong, spreading in many different ways. From big cities to small villages, God's love shown through Jesus has changed people, communities, and even countries. Sharing the gospel with every nation, including Africa, is very important. It shows that God's love is huge, that no one is left out. It shows that every culture and group of people has something special to offer to the Christian faith. And it reminds us that sharing this good news is a job that never ends, one that needs bravery, kindness, and a desire to understand and accept everyone. Africa, with its rich history and many cultures, shows how strong faith can be. It's a place where the spiritual and the everyday are connected, where old traditions mix with new ways of believing. Saying God is in Africa isn't just something we believe, it's something we see every day, a truth that's part of life, from the wide grasslands to the tall mountains, from busy cities to quiet villages. God's presence is clear. Christianity has a long and complicated history in Africa, with times of great success and times of great hardship. But through it all, faith has stayed strong, giving strength, resilience, and hope during tough times. African theologians and believers have helped us understand the Christian message in new ways, sharing their own unique perspectives. Their voices, sometimes ignored, are important for truly understanding the faith. The future of Christianity in Africa is full of hope. A new generation is growing up, excited to live their faith in the ways that make sense to them and are true to the Bible. They are learning from the past while using new technology and ways of expressing their faith. The church in Africa is alive, growing, and ready to be a leader in the worldwide Christian community. It's a movement full of joy, strength, and a strong belief in the gospel's power to change lives and communities.